Hello movie lovers, welcome back to The Movie Hunter. Today, we're going back in time with one of my all-time favorite movies, Kingdom of Heaven from 2005, directed by Ridley Scott. I first watched this film years ago, and it left such a strong impression on me that I recently sat down for a rewatch, this time with the director's cut. After more than 20 years, it still hits just as hard. This epic historical drama shows the Crusades in a very different light than most Hollywood movies. It's smart, balanced, emotional, and surprisingly relevant even in 2026. I'm giving it a perfect 10 out of 10. Stick around as I explain why this movie is still a masterpiece and why it matters so much today. Before we dive deeper into this epic journey to Jerusalem, I'd love your support for The Movie Hunter. Please hit that like button and subscribe. It means the world to me. Thanks so much in advance for joining the hunt. The story follows Balian of Ibelin, played by Orlando Bloom, a young blacksmith in France who has just lost his wife. When his estranged father, Baron Godfrey, Liam Neeson, comes to find him and offers him a chance at a new life, Balian joins the Crusaders on the dangerous road to Jerusalem. After many hardships, he arrives in the Holy City during the final years of the Crusader kingdom. There, he becomes a knight and eventually finds himself as one of the main defenders of Jerusalem against the mighty army of Saladin. What makes this movie special is how differently it portrays both sides. On the Christian side, we see not only noble and wise people like the leprous King Baldwin IV, but also greedy, fanatical, and power-hungry figures. We see priests telling people that killing Muslims will guarantee them heaven, and even a priest stealing a cross from a dead woman's body. Some Crusaders use God's name to justify their desire for war and personal gain. On the Muslim side, the movie shows Saladin as a wise, honorable, and respectful leader who wants peace and tries to avoid unnecessary bloodshed. He is portrayed with dignity and intelligence, which was quite rare in Hollywood at the time. Of course, both sides have extremists who push for war, and in the end, war becomes inevitable. The film beautifully explores deep themes, the meaninglessness of religious wars, how people use God's name to hide their own ambitions and greed, the tragedy of innocent people suffering because of power struggles, and the possibility of respect and humanity between enemies. It shows that not all Christians were fanatics and not all Muslims were villains, something that felt very refreshing and honest. I watched the director's cut this time, which is almost 45 minutes longer than the theatrical version, and it makes a huge difference. Many scenes that were cut originally add so much depth and meaning. Some parts were genuinely shocking, especially the short reign and death of the young king after Baldwin IV. Even though critics gave it a low 39% on Rotten Tomatoes back in 2005, audiences loved it with 72%. On IMDb, it holds a solid 7.3 out of 10 from over 350,000 votes. Made on a $130 million budget, it grossed $218 million worldwide. The director's cut is widely considered much better by fans. For me, Kingdom of Heaven is a 10 out of 10. It's a rare Hollywood epic that treats history with respect, avoids cheap stereotypes, and delivers powerful messages that are still relevant today, especially when we look at the ongoing conflicts in the same region. After 20 years, I enjoyed it just as much as the first time, maybe even more. If a movie stays with you for 2 decades and still feels important, it has become a true classic. That's it for this movie review. What did you think of Kingdom of Heaven? Have you seen the director's cut or only the theatrical version? Do you think this movie is still relevant in 2026? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And here's a big one. Suggest a movie for my next watch. I'm hunting for more historical epics, thoughtful war dramas, or films with strong messages. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss the next hunt. Thanks for joining me. See you in the next one.